Hello and welcome everyone. This video is for all the people who have recently stepped into the world of manhwas. So let's start. Number 10 on our list is The Descent of the Demonic Master. Jin-ho Kang used to be an average teenager before an accident took away his family and his ability to walk. After reincarnating into medieval China, he becomes the demonic master known as Crimson Emperor. When his life is tragically cut short, he wakes up before the accident and with his powers and martial arts prowess intact. Now all Jinho wants to live is a normal life, but he soon realizes that monsters exist even in the modern world and only he can stop them. If you are looking for an overpowered and badass main character, then you are going to get one in this manhwa. And also, our main character is evil, but he tries to suppress that evilness in him. Number 9 on our list is Martial Peak. Now this is a Chinese manhwa and it relates to cultivation. This manhwa is the best choice for beginners to start in the Chinese cultivation genre. The journey to the martial peak is a lonely, solitary and long one. In the face of adversity, you must survive and remain unyielding. Only then can you break through and continue on your journey to become the strongest. Sky Tower tests its disciples in the harshest way to prepare them for the journey. One day, the lowly sweeper, Yang Kai, managed to obtain a black book, setting him on the road to the peak of the martial arts world. You are going to see a lot of character development in our main character. At the start, he is very weak, but then after getting this book, he slowly trains and becomes overpowered. And not only that, but later he becomes ruthless. We have more than 1,000 chapters, so it is going to take a long time to finish it. Number 8 on our list is Trash of the Count's Family. Now this is a Korean manhwa and we have a beautiful art and a beautiful storyline. This manhwa is totally different from the previous two recommendations because in this manhwa you will see kingdom building. Our main character opens his eyes and realizes that he is inside a novel. The name of the novel is The Birth of a Hero. This was a novel which was focused on the adventures of the main character Choi Han, a high school boy who was transported into a different dimension from Earth. But our protagonist who gets transported into this world does not become the main character. Instead, he enters the body of the trash of the Count's family, Kale Henitius. This family oversaw the territory in which the first village that Choi Han visits was located. The problem is that Choi Han becomes twisted after that village and everyone in it are destroyed by assassins. The bigger problem is that this stupid trash which our main character has become doesn't know about this and messes with Choi Han, only to get beaten to a pulp. And this is how our main character knows what is going to happen in the future and tries to avoid all the problem. Number 7 on our list is Mercenary Enrollment. This manhwa is totally different from the previous three because this has the school life genre. Yu Jin was the sole survivor of a plane crash when he was little. After he became a mercenary to survive for 10 years, he returns to his family in his hometown. And not only that, but he enrolls in an academy. But later he finds out that his little sister is bullied in that academy. And then what? Then our main character gets enraged and beats up all the bullies. In this manhwa, our main character is very overpowered and he tries to hide his identity of being a mercenary. The art is very good and the chapters are also very long, so make sure to read it. Number 6 on our list is The Great Mage Returns After 4,000 Years. The worst student of the West Road Academy, the disgrace of the Blake house, Frey Blake. Frey Blake was bullied severely, and not only that, but his family also abandoned him. And because of that, our main character Frey Blake commits suicide. After he is dead, a new soul enters the lifeless body of Frey Blake. And this soul is of none other than the most revered great mage Lucas Strawman. After returning to the body of Ray Blake, our main character starts his journey of revenge. Everyone is just shocked to see how Ray Blake changed overnight, but our main character is a legend and no one literally knows. The action scenes that are drawn in this manhwa are really beautiful. We also have a light novel, so if you are interested in knowing what happens after 89 chapter, then you can go and read the light novel. Number 5 on our list is Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint. This is an apocalyptic manhwa. You know, most apocalyptic manhwas have either an overpowered main character, but they lack good art. Whereas in some apocalyptic manhwas, the art would be good and the main character would also be overpowered, but the main character would not be smart. But in this manhwa, our main character is overpowered, our main character is smart, the art is super awesome, and the story is really good. One day after completing his work, our main character was traveling to his home when the world changed and Dokakabi and monsters started appearing. And then the main character realizes that this world has become the novel which he was reading for the past few years. Everyone was frightened, everyone was anxious because the world has turned upside down. But only our main character was calm because he knew what was going to happen in the future, as he was the reader of this novel which this world has become. Using his wits, using his foresight, he fights the dangers and finds a way to survive. Number 4 on our list is Nano Machine. You know, when two genres, that is Morim and RPG, mix together, they create a masterpiece. Similar to Morim Login and Infinite Level Up in Morim, this manhwa is also a masterpiece. Our main character was living a pitiful life. He was an orphan from the demonic cult, Cheon Yo Won. One day, he has an unexpected visit from his descendant from the future, who inserts a nano machine into Cheon Yo Won's body, which drastically changes Cheon Yo Won's life. This is the story of how our main character uses his knowledge as well as the nano machine that he was gifted by his descendant to climb to the top of the demonic cult and becoming a legend in the world of martial arts. If I tell about our main character, then I would say he is smart as well as he is overpowered, but he likes to hide his power. The next thing is story. The story is really interesting. If you have read the novel, then you know that the manhwa has a lot of surprises in the future. And the third thing is the art. The art is gorgeous. Number 3 on our list is one of the most popular webtoons, that is The Beginning After the End. Well, who doesn't like an overpowered main character? But people always love to see a main character being reborn and going from weak to overpowered. Similarly, this is the story of King Grey, who had unrivaled strength, wealth and prestige in a world that was governed by martial ability. However, solitude lingers closely behind those with great power, and unfortunately, our main character, King Grey, died. After being reincarnated into a new world that was filled with magic and monsters, the king has a second chance to relive his life. He wants to correct the mistakes of his past life and wants to live a happy and peaceful life. But underneath the peace and prosperity of the new world is an undercurrent threatening to destroy everything. If you love a main character who goes to a magic academy, then this manhwa is the perfect fit for you. Number 2 on our list is Demon Magic Emperor. Everyone is just fed up with those wimp and simp main characters. But what if there is a main character who is not afraid of anything, who is evil, who is ruthless, and at the same time he is also a very good friend and can do anything to protect his friend and loved ones? Well, that is who our main character Zoe Fan is. The story is as follows. Because our main character had the heritage of the ancient demonic emperor, Demon Emperor Zoe Fan met his misfortune by being betrayed and killed by his trusted disciple. After being reborn, his cultivation went back to zero and he was trapped by a heart demon, given no choice but to become the housekeeper of the Luo family's eldest miss. Now you might think that he is just an insignificant housekeeper, but actually no. Even though he is an housekeeper, no one can restrain him. He alone shakes the world. The name Zofan once again starts a legend. Season 2 of this manhwa just finished and there are 200 chapters. For all the newcomers, start this manhwa. It's a masterpiece. And on number 1, we have Solo Leveling. If you have not read this manhwa, then my god, what are you waiting for? Go and read it. It is one of the best. No, I will say it is the best manhwa out there. In this world, where hunters with various magical powers battle monsters from invading the defenseless humanity, Sung Jinwoo, who was the weakest of all hunters, barely able to make a living, tries his best to survive. However, during an incident, a mysterious system grants him the power of the player, setting him on a course of an incredible and oftentimes perilous journey. In simple words, this is the manhwa in which you will see how the world's weakest hunter, Sung Jinwoo, becomes the world's strongest hunter. And you know an interesting thing? Our main character is a necromancer. Well, I won't say much, you can go and read it. That's all for today's video and I hope you liked it. We'll meet soon in another video. You can subscribe our channel. Have a very beautiful day.